Good morning and welcome to the Rhythm of Business interview series podcast. And I have as our guest Melinda Drennan, who is the owner of Drennan and Associates, located out of the Nashville, Tennessee area. Melinda, thanks so much for joining us this morning. And I mean, you booked with me several months back, but you honored that. So thank you so much. Says a lot about you. So thank you for that commitment. But if we can get started, just give us an overview of who you are, what you do, and so the audience knows Melinda Drennan and Associates.
Okay. Basically, we are a boutique tax firm located here in Nashville. We make our bread and butter strictly from tax preparation and planning, and that's federal, state, local. We do a little bit of work with Canadian returns for some of our clients. We decided to stay in our lane, in our tax lane, and not venture into other areas of accounting. So no audits or anything like that, no bookkeeping, no payroll. We just strictly stay with what we're good at, which is the preparation and planning for our clients. We do a lot of work in the music industry and the various aspects of the music industry, which keeps life interesting, as well as fair share of real estate and attorneys and doctors and a lot of small business owners. Kind of tends to be the commonality amongst everybody.
Okay. So how long you've had your business, and what excited you to jump into this entrepreneurial space? Come on, help me out with that one.
I opened up Drennan and Associates. It'll be 7 years ago on May 1st. So we're right at the 7-year mark. I was a partner in a firm for 15 years prior to that and had spent my entire career with my business partner, and decided that, as you know, sometimes in partnerships you grow apart, you kind of want different things. And so it was time for me to go out on my own. I've never really thought of myself as an entrepreneur. I always think that's kind of funny, because it's, particularly if you knew me growing up, nobody would have ever thought, oh, she would own her own business. I was too shy. But you grow and evolve, and that's, when you own your own business, that's what you are. So yeah.
Wow. So what are the misconceptions that someone may have? And I know you said you didn't maybe see yourself as an entrepreneur. What are some of the misconceptions that someone may have about being a business owner and owning their own business? What are some of those things that you've seen that may surprise somebody that wants to go into business ownership?
I think the biggest thing, and I hear it a lot from friends and family, that will say, well, you own the place, just take off. You can take off whenever you want to. Your schedule is flexible, which yes and no, because you do own the place. So it begins and ends with you. So you're the one with the skin in the game. And so that's probably the biggest thing, where, well, yes, I have staff, and I have a wonderful staff. But at the end of the day, it falls back on me to make sure that it all gets done. So
how do you, I know tax season is a different world, different animal when you're inundated with that season for yourself. But this question really is about, how do you manage that balance, life balance, work-life balance, life-life balance, whatever we call it. Tax season is a different world. I get that. You're sun up to sundown and then beyond the sun, right? So how do you manage balance as a business owner, as a business leader?
I try to, and particularly outside of tax season, because sometimes you can't control those hours no matter how hard you try. So in like the summer months, we'll start around Memorial Day and run through Labor Day, and then we'll do it again after the October 15th filing deadline, where we'll close early on Fridays, like at 3. I think this year I'll probably move that back in, close at 2, so that everybody has a little bit of extra weekend. We do kind of a hybrid of the work from home, particularly during tax season, for my staff. So they'll work 1 to 2 days at home, which helps them, I think, to not have to be here so much. And then also, a combination of just some fun things that I try to throw in there for them, and the flexibility to be off when they need to be off and not have to worry about work. So
well, I think and I thank you so much for that. I think you just, basically what I'm hearing is there's a rhythm. Sometimes you have to use those months where it's not inundated like tax season, where you can take that extra hour off in the afternoon on a Friday. But that's just good rhythm, Melinda. So you found a sweet spot somewhere. So as you think about your business and where you are, uh, you started out with a passion and you can do it, and you had a partner, and you went different paths. But now you're here, you're growing, you got more client work coming in. But with that, you have to bring additional people. And, while you have the passion, how have you evolved as you've added more people, and how does the people leadership part come into being a business owner?
Well, we always try when we interview new people or whatever, you look for, is the personality going to fit with ours? Is it going to be a good fit within our culture? And it's always trying to make sure that it is a good fit with our brand and what we've set up to do. And sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss, but I've been pretty fortunate so far. We also, we're trying to scale things so that we're more efficient, so that you don't quite have to have quite as many people to manage. And part of that is always evolving with the kind of the structure of the business. It's that 80-20 rule, where you're kind of shifting, and some clients have to be shifted out. And to make room for to work on some of the bigger things that you need to focus on. So it's always a juggling act. But we're an office of all women. I didn't set out purposely to do that. It's just how it's ended up for right now. So
okay. Again, I think that's the rhythm that you have to have, finding that right person, those right people, building that right team. And so whether it's all women or all men, or doesn't matter, you got to find that rhythm somewhere, one way or another. Where do you see your business going? Where do you see Drennan and Associates going in terms of your future and your growth, and what do you see out there?
I feel like, we've been very blessed. We are in an industry that is very referral intensive with the music piece of things. So we've not had to really advertise or anything. It's all very referral based, which is wonderful. So it's, again, making sure that the clients are the right fit too, with our personalities as well, so that we can all, work together and have those long-term relationships. So it's balancing those, and again, working with good people that you enjoy, that help to fuel your passion. So we will continue that as we grow, and then as I need to add staff, I'll add staff and go from there. So
absolutely. So last question, think about that person. I know you said you didn't see yourself, or others may not have seen you as an entrepreneur, and you were shy growing up. Think about that person that's sitting at the kitchen table or at the counter, or with a napkin in front of them, and they're drawing these ideas of business ownership and doing something that's different than working, for someone. They want to work for themselves. What do you say to that person that's sitting there thinking about it, want to do it, don't know where to go? What advice would you provide for that person that's out there doing that?
Just, keep on. You're never going to know until you try, and it will always be that thing in the back of your mind of what if. And if I can do it, most people can do it, because it's not easy. It's gut wrenching and it's scary at times, but what is life if you don't ever take a risk? if you always play it safe. So sometimes you've got to take the risk and walk out on faith with it. There was a lot of faith and a lot of prayer that went into everything that I did 7 years ago to make this happen. So, but it's worth it in the end. There are days where you'll think, what did I do? But overall, it's definitely worth it. And you can do it. Just keep on keeping on. So,
Melinda, those are words of the wise, words of the journey. Thinking about those individuals that have been on the journey and have seen some of the ups and downs, and you certainly speak very well concerning that. It's real, a lot of prayer, a lot of faith, a lot of risk. But at some point you got to take that leap and go for it. So congratulations to you on your upcoming May 1 7-year journey. Seven's a good number. 7-year journey. And I wish you much. So thank you so much, Melinda, for the interview today. To the audience, this is Melinda Drennan, the owner of Drennan and Associates out of the Nashville, Tennessee area, strong tax preparer. And if you need someone to work with, certainly I would recommend Melinda and her organization. They are ready to support your tax efforts. So give them a call. Thank you so much again. And we hope you come back to a future series interview with the Rhythm of Business. Thanks so much.
Thank you.